The more desperate Donald Trump gets financially, the more desperate and the more risk-taking that he undertakes. Now, this isn't brand new. This story is brand new, that they are narrowing down, honing in on fraudulent loans that Donald Trump allegedly, or he claims to have taken out, but they're finding out that they were actually loans from one of his companies to another one of his companies that might have been completely fictitious for tax purposes. Now, I don't know how much you know about the tax collection deficits in the United States, that the IRS actually doesn't really go after rich people as much as middle-income people because of the fact that rich people obtain counsel and it's a lot more expensive to go after their dollars, even though the payday would be bigger. So, here's this Daily Beast headline. Complaint asks the FBI to probe Trump's claim on a $50 million loan. A government watchdog group is filing a complaint about a $50 million loan that Donald Trump claimed for years on government disclosure forms, but which may have never existed. These are rich people tactics. This is how they get by without actually drawing an income. They take loans and then they count that loan as a loss for those years, not paying taxes, even though they're living off that loan. This is a little different from that because of the fact that Donald Trump may have said, oh, my company X loaned my company Y $50 million, and it's a loss for the whole group. A watchdog group is asking the Justice Department to investigate whether Donald Trump repeatedly lied in sworn statements to the federal government, including his own administration about a $50 million loan that apparently never existed in the first place and which could be evidence of tax evasion. The criminal complaint filed on Thursday by Watchdog Citizens for Responsibility and Ethics in Washington and first obtained by the Daily Beast asks the FBI and the Justice Department's Public Integrity Unit to probe whether Trump, quote unquote, knowingly and willfully lied about the mystery loan on his personal financial disclosures. Now, CREW, Citizens for Responsibility and Ethics in Washington, I've had their chief counsel on, Donald Sherman, is not a fringe organization. They are a bipartisan group that tries to hold politics and politicians accountable to good ethics and good morals related to the proper functioning of our government. Right now, they're calling for Menendez to resign and be removed from the Senate. He's a Democrat. They're not just going after Republicans. So this case has merit. This case is a big deal. Trump has filed 9 of those annual statements with the Federal Election Commission and Office of Government Ethics over the years, personally swearing to their accuracy, which could expose him to criminal liability if the claims are found to have been intentionally false. The complaint comes after the Daily Beast first reported in January that the court-appointed special monitor in Trump's New York business fraud case had buried a bombshell claim in a footnote to a status report. A mysterious $50 million loan, which Trump reported owing to one of his own LLCs, never existed. Legal experts previously told the Daily Beast that the revelation suggests the arrangement may have allowed Trump to evade taxes on tens of millions of dollars in income. In a statement to the Daily Beast, Noah Bookbinder, president of Citizens for Responsibility and Ethics in Washington, said Trump's continual lies are self-serving and incompatible with the rule of law. That is stating the obvious. But we need to be reminded of these things because Donald Trump has flooded the zone with so much corruption and so much nonsense that too often people say, well, who's surprised by this? Which is a worthless addition to the conversation. Of course, we know he's capable, but we need hard, black and white proof in order to take a case to court. Donald Trump has a long history of lying about his finances for personal benefit. He's on trial in New York right now for doing just that, and this appears to be another example, the statement said, referencing the criminal hush money trial now underway in Manhattan. And in the final paragraph, Bookbinder called it odd, to say the least, for Trump to apparently lie about a debt that actually never existed. But while the motivation behind the claims are still unclear, he said, lying about finances is something Donald Trump routinely does to help himself, and there are several ways this could have helped him. Several ways indeed. We will follow this story, and I invite your participation in this conversation. You can leave a comment below. We can disagree agreeably in the comments, as hard as that may be for a YouTube comment section, but you can also call and leave me a brief, please keep them brief, voicemail, and only leave one. Don't leave me a series of voicemails. If you leave me like 3 voicemails, I might listen to a second, but there's no way I'm listening to more than that. There's too many voicemails to cover in a day. 714-576-4054. Of course, you can email me, as always, daily@dollemore.com. I would love to hear from you there. If you appreciate what I do, if I bring you value, and there's not someone else on this platform that you'd rather support, but if I'm your guy, click the join button below. Look what's involved to becoming a channel member for $2 a month. You can help me produce these videos. You can also go over to patreon.com/IDoubtItPodcast and help me there. I would appreciate it. Follow me on social media. I'm at Dollemore. I'd love to see you there. And I will see you next time. Be genuine. Take care of one another.